Okay, so the first thing you have to do after unzipping is you need to drag the application to the applications folder, like I'm going to do here. I'm going to grab V6 Mini and drag it to the applications folder. Then I'm going to find it in the applications folder by alphabetical name. I'll organize these things alphabetically, scroll down, find RPG V6 Mini. Again, these directions are the same for the large keyboard as they are for the Mini. And then what I would recommend you do is drag it down next onto your dock, sit next to Lightroom or Photoshop or whichever applications you're using with the software, because, or just a quick reminder, it does need to be on in order for it to work. So at this point, we also want to go to our Apple. We want to click on System Preferences, and it will look like this. Go ahead and click on the little blue guy doing a jumping jack called Universal Access right here. And at the bottom, there's a checkbox that should say Enable Access for Assistive Devices, and that should be checked. Okay, so we're ready, or almost ready, to start the software for the first time. So if you've got a dongle, the little wireless dongle for the Mini, or if you've got the big keyboard, go ahead and plug it in. If you see a keyboard wizard, just close it. Do not, the directions the keyboard wizard will say is to, press the control key or the command key on your computer keyboard. It does not want you, we do not want you to do this. Just close the wizard. When you start the RPG Key software for the first time, there's a couple of things that you're going to need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. If you're using the RPG Mini, you are going to need to enter your computer's operating system password. And you're going to need to activate the software. The software will not work if you don't activate it. So I'm going to give it a name. This is the email address that you used when you downloaded the software. And of course the same activation key code. Okay, so it welcomes us. The first thing you're going to see is an RPG discounts code, and it's a letter that asks you if you want to take part in our social media component. As you begin using the software, the RPG Key software will allow you to tweet or post on your Facebook wall each time you use it. So if you select I want to help, go ahead and click right here. And then it asks you which you prefer. If you would prefer to take part in this on Twitter or on Facebook. And at that point you just follow the directions. We track who takes part and basically give you the hookup. So there you go. Okay, so you're ready to go. The last thing you need to do is to import the default layout for the keys. The keys come with a default layout, so effectively you can create a plug-and-play approach. But you do need to import this default layout into your keyboard. If you're using the Mini, this is the default layout that we use in our studio. If you've got the different keys that came with your keyboard, it's the ones that look a little different. What I would do if you want to start here is build the keyboard with the extra keys so that it looks like the one on your screen right now. If you're using the big keyboard, it probably came and looked like this. And again, either way, you just need to go ahead into the software and tell it that that's how you want the keyboard to behave. So here is the RPG Mini software. I'm going to go into the layout menu, go to Import. We're going to go onto our desktop to that unzipped folder. And so in this case, it's the Mini, so V6 Mini subscription. And I'm going to go to Default Layout Files, and I'm going to click on the RPG Key Guys stock layout. And here is, of course, the picture that shows you what that layout file is going to do. And here's the file, the plist file that you want. And I'm going to go ahead and hit OK or Open. Now you need to be patient because this takes about a minute, or can take about a minute. But you will get a confirmation that it is completed. And the way you check to make sure that that the keys are doing what they should is select the Lightroom 3 in the drop-down menu here, and then click on any key. And at the bottom left, you'll see the assignments are set up for those keys. Okay, you have just imported your default layout for the keyboard.